Hi, I am Kimberly, Heiress person, and this is Heiress on the Air. I am so glad you made it out. You were able to come and check me out and support. Please, please, please be sure to subscribe, set your notifications because we're going to be talking about a few different topics, but I think it'll be to your benefit for you to check them out. So why are we here? Why are we here? Why is this space important? So why this space is important to me is because I'm here to build upon the genuine positive perspective, right? We've got lots of outlets, lots of entities that are showing us more and more of negative mindsets, things that are distracting us from being at peace. And so this is an opportunity to share my piece and my perspective with others. Why is my piece and my perspective so grand or important to share? Well, because the world needs it, one. And two, because what better way to build a fellow brother or sister than to share what it is that builds you, what it is that allows you to have a better perspective and outlook on things. I'm not perfect by a long shot. No one is, right? However, this allows us to take a pause and think about what it is that we're placing into the world, what it is that we're giving people, and to see how we can readdress that perspective and give a better representation on our true self, right? So I'll talk about me for a little while. So I'm Kim, also known as Heiress for the sake of this show. And I am a birthday girl, right? So today is my birthday. I am the big 4-0. I'm super excited. I am super excited to be entering my 40s. I just love the life that I've had, right? The experiences that I've had, the friends that I've made, the friends that I've lost, right? The lessons that I learned along the way. And 40 just feels so foundational, right? It just feels like, okay, I've been through some things, I've experienced some others, and now I am laser focused on what's really, truly important in life. And so I've been walking that path for a few years now. And I thought, I cannot keep this to myself. I cannot hide this great news. And so I've got to share it with you guys. And maybe there's something that you can glean from it, something you may end up having a conversation on with someone you know, and allowing that interaction to create a great space for someone to grow. And if that occurs, I have done my part. So this is why we're here. So I am born and raised in Miami, Florida. I'm a 305 girl, okay? Hey, wherever you're from, beautiful place, I'm sure it is. However, I love my South Florida, okay? And so being in South Florida and just being a part of different scenes, I've been to college, I've been just a part of a number of different things, sorority and dance programs and different things, acting. And I've had lots of different experiences. However, even as I grew into an adult in my 30s, the relational dynamics of the things that I was learning and experiencing, it brought me a new outlook on how we relate to people and the experience we allow others to have with us, right? The perspective we allow someone else to get from us. And so after a number of experiences, I decided that it was my due diligence to ensure that I placed into the world a positive example, someone who was speaking, walking, giving from the heart, and someone who genuinely had a passion and a care for people, especially little people. I love little people. Little people meaning children. I don't judge. We all have different things going on with our lives. but children are my heart. Okay. So that's where I am. So this is my opportunity to just share some things, some insights, and I'd love your feedback. I want to hear from you. I want to know, what is it that bothers you? What are some questions that you have about the people dynamic, right? And so that's some things that we can talk about. We can have other segments on those discussions. And, there'll be some times where I will actually go live and be able to interact with you guys, and answer some of your questions, or kind of get a little bit of dialogue with you as we go through the event. So let's get right to it. So I did have one specific topic that I wanted to touch on today, but in light of it being my 40th birthday, my inaugural episode to talk with you guys, I thought it would be a beautiful thing to talk about friends. Ooh, friendships. So I've been a part of a few different talking circles or opportunities, and one of the hottest topics is about becoming friends with someone prior to the dating stage, prior to being married. But what is this dynamic with the friendships, and why is the friend zone such a dreaded place to be? So here's my perspective on that. We, and I say we, all of us, society has given the friend zone a bad rap, right? Because ideally, my question is always, how do you know that you have interest in dating or even a relationship if you don't even have the opportunity to know if you like me as a friend, right? I think that friendship, when you tell a guy or some guys that you're interested in friendship, or that they're allowed to have friendship with you, it may kind of take up a negative undertone, but the friendship is the best place to be. It really is. And I'll tell you why. Friendship is innocent. It's no agenda. I have nothing that I'm looking for. There's nothing that I am seeking to get in the end of this. I'm interested in learning more about you as a person. It's not that I have to agree with everything you stand for. I have amazing friends. For example, I'm a Christian. However, I have amazing friends, male and female, who are not Christian. They live their life, I live my life. We agree to disagree, and we have amazing conversations. Shout out to you, friends. Okay, you know who you are. But that is the beauty of being able to have your own perspective and to be able to grow and learn things from other people, regardless of creating that barrier or that wall to say, well, because they believe something different, that there's nothing there for me to be able to learn or grow from them. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. So that's a definite myth that I want to dispel, is that when you take the opportunity to hear people out, to hear their heart, you don't necessarily have to understand, but you can respectfully agree to disagree, that that is how you feel or see things. And this is how I see things, and this is why, right? So that's an important space to be in when you're establishing connections, when you're establishing friendships, because ideally, how else are you going to learn and grow if you only communicate with people who agree with you? Come on, somebody, right? So you want to be able to understand other thought processes, other ways that you can think, right? And not to say that you have to mirror or mimic the way that someone else thinks, that thinks completely different from you. But there may be a nugget or two that you can take away that can build upon your perspective and the person that you genuinely project out into the world. So on top of friendships, I have had the best friendships established in the last few years, well, within a decade. And in that endeavor, I've learned that there's so much more to who I am and what I can give with the right friendships. Um, when I'm not blocking off someone because they look different from me, or they choose a style that's different from me, or they sin different than me, right? So that's neither here nor there when it comes to my opportunity to grow and learn something that I did not know before. So in this space, I find it vitally important to genuinely seek friendships, not, you know, search them out on social media, scroll through all their pictures. Now you're falling in love, you're falling in like, you're really into the what you think you know about the person, right? You're hitting the like button, you're hitting the love button, you're commenting on their posts. And if the algorithms have anything to do with it, you're going to see them every day. You're going to see them every time you log into your social media, right? Because that's what algorithms do. They remind you of what you like. So everything else, the other friends who were genuine friends, no agenda, no mission to set out for, those people kind of get swept into the background, right? And then all of your focus now is on this one or two particular people that you're constantly pressing the button, right? So it's almost like social media is creating this relationship or this liking for someone that you just have no idea who or what they are or what they encompass, right? So this is not the way to decide that you want to be someone's friend. Because at this point, in your mind, you've practically married them. You've seen the white picket fence, and you've seen the big house and the kids, right? And you've seen the wedding ceremony. It's impossible mentally to now go backtrack, and treat the person like a genuine friend when you've already seen yourself walking down the aisle with them. It's not a good habit. And I believe this is where a lot of us run into the issue of, why didn't it work? Why is it that I couldn't have the relationship with that person? I thought they would have been a nice friend. Well, because you already foresaw the relationship part of it before you really got a chance to determine if this friendship is one that's healthy for me. So friendships take time, and friendships take investment. When I say investment, you literally have to let your guard down. You have to allow someone else the opportunity to hurt you in friendship. It's vulnerability. It's what allows us the freedom to say, I am in this to win it. I'm here for a genuine connection, whether it's just someone that I can mentor from or someone that can be a mentee to me, or if it's something down the line that could grow into something later. When I speak with my elders, many of them had friendships growing up, coming up in high school, and later in life, right? Found that as someone, hey, I know this person. I was a dear, genuine friend in the very beginning. It's how we met. And then later in life, it turns into love, and it turns into a growing relationship. And I absolutely wholeheartedly believe in that, because you genuinely, without any agenda, without any mental picture on where you're going to go, you allow the friendship to naturally, purely go wherever it's intended to go, right? And that's the beauty of authentic, genuine friendships. So, maybe you saw someone post something very inspirational. You love it a lot. Great. Don't wait until the 10th time they posted something inspirational and now you've built up the courage to, oh my God, I have to relax. How do I now become their friend? No, don't wait. If you see something you like, be natural, be normal. Say hi. I saw something I liked. I don't really know you, but I'd like to see more. Can we be friends? Can we share some insight? Can I bounce some things off of you and get your perspective on it? This is the epitome of ushering in a genuine friendship. No hidden agenda. I'm telling you why I'm here. I'm telling you what it is that got my attention. And I'm interested to find out if you're willing to take this friendship journey with me. This is a very critical part of building foundations, establishing like-mindedness, commonality, suitability. And this is where we have the opportunity to grow and learn as a person. It's not that our friendships have to be broadcast or our friendships have to be uh, something that's in the public eye. Lots of people are learning and growing and developing, in the shadows, which is beautiful, right? Grow and develop and prepare yourself to produce or show that new you, the developed you, the mature you after you've done the work. So in this light, I want you to take the opportunity. Just take a moment right now. Think about the last person that you met for the first time. How did that friendship work out? How did you approach it? Are you still friends now? What would you do differently? Now with a little bit of insight on what it is that I'm sharing. Let's look at how we approach friends. Let's look at how we approach people. Our demeanor, our perspective is everything. When you lose your agenda, when you lose your preconceived idea on what or who or how you think or assume someone should be or come across, and you actually have a genuine conversation with someone, and you realize, wow, you were the furthest thing that I imagined. And that's the beauty of being able to say, hey, I'm honest enough to say when I first acknowledged or came into contact with you, I thought you were this way, or you came across as this type of person. And wow, was I wrong? Or wow, I learned a lot just from now getting the chance to really get to know you sincerely. And believe it or not, those are what makes the best friendships. So the next time you have an opportunity to introduce yourself to someone or to have someone pique your interest, take an opportunity to consider what your agenda is. If there's an agenda, lose it. Take a break, unfriend, block maybe if you have to for a little while. But you've got to get rid of those butterflies and that preconceived idea that you know that in the end that this is someone that you would want a relationship with. Because the critical component of how you perceive someone is funneled through the friendship you establish with them. So whether the friendship goes anywhere or not, think of it like this. You gained a brand new perspective and you gained a brand new friend. And if that's going to make you a better person to exhibit for the rest of us to experience and encounter, then you stepped your game up. Then you hit your mark. Then you have become successful. And now you are walking as a prosperous person. It's not about this relationship didn't work out. It's not about I thought they were the one and they ended up not being the one. But if you focus on the value of creating a great friendship, the value of what you learned in the interaction, think of those positive things that you took away and appreciate the time that you got to develop and learn and the things you learned about yourself along the way. So that is my topic for today. Take the opportunity to look into the perspective you have on how you approach genuine friendships. And so, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for watching my episode, my very first ever episode. And I'm going to leave you with this. take an opportunity to think on what is kind, what is pure, what's wise, what's empowering, what's pleasing, what's loving. Meditate on, focus on, utilize those things for building yourself up and building others. You do not have to give up your peace, your sanity, your tranquility in order to interact with people. You have every right to decline an invite that does not suit you. That's an invite to argue. That's an invite to be upset. That's an invite to destroy anything or to self-destruct yourself. Get up every morning with the mindset of, this is how I want my day to go. This is the mindset and the contentment that I'm going to have for my day. There are so many things outside of our control. However, the one thing you always have full control of is yourself, is how you relate to everyone else, no matter what's going on the outside. You get to choose that. You have the power to keep that, and you have the power to refuse to allow anyone to get you out of that. So this is episode 1. Thank you all so much. I will see you again. Have a great day. Thank you all for the birthday wishes. I am going to continue enjoying my amazing vacation, and I love you guys. God bless.